Hello guys, welcome to Thermomix Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, today we're going to do a vinegar wash in our Thermomix. If you want to make meringues, pavlovas, the beautiful cook the cover with the kind of, what's that called, like a meringue frosting. It's not a cooked one, it's one that it's really that soft fluffy stuff still. Even macarons and things like that that require an oil-free bowl, you need to know how to do a vinegar wash. Okay, it's really simple, it's really easy. It can be done on a TM31, TM5, TM6. It even is used to clean up things like your toffees, a vinegar wash. Okay, who would have thought? But today I'm going to just show you how to manually do this quick and easy. Remember, if you're watching on, hit the subscribe button. Those of you on Facebook, say hi, engage in some way. Have you made a meringue or a pavlova? I'd love to know in the comments. Let me know. First things first, in our bowl, it's really simple. We need 1 litre of water. Now, I don't need to weigh this in. Your bowl has little dots up, and it's under the pouring spout, and you'll see a dot for half a litre, a dot that has a 1 for 1 litre. Then you've got a 1.5, and I don't think I can show you easily. On the outside, you'll see them mimicked as well. Bit hard to show you on camera. Just have a look at your bowl. And then we've got a max when it comes to the TM5 and TM6. So I'm just going to put that under the tap, and I'm going to fill it up to about that halfway point, that 1 litre mark, okay? So it's the second dot with a 1 next to it. Okay, tap water, that's it. If you're in a hurry, you could boil the jug. But if you're going to boil your jug, first things first before you do, put in your butterfly. You are going to use your butterfly to whip the egg white, all right? So if this is oily, if this has got fat on it, it's gonna flop. Do not waste your egg whites if it flops. I plead with you, okay? Eggs are too expensive to waste. If your eggs flop, chuck the yolks back into it. Write down what you had in. So sometimes, you know, in the past, and you guys know, I'm honest with you, there are times when I have flopped my egg whites because I've not done a vinegar wash, okay? Or I've not done it with the butterfly, and the butterfly had something in the end, and it was just the egg whites. And that time I was on camera with you guys, and off camera later, because I still needed my egg whites fluffed, right? But all I did is I added the yolks back in, and I turned it into a zucchini slice. All right, so nothing went to waste, but it was just eggs at that point in time. There was no sugar yet added. If you're in that next step of it, it's sugar added and it splits for some reason because you didn't do the vinegar wash, and by the way, if you have a dishwasher, a hot dishwasher wash is the equivalent of a vinegar wash, okay? But it's if, say, your Thermomix bowl has been used a few times today and you're not putting through the dishwasher again, or you've just made something in it, or you don't have a dishwasher, you need a vinegar wash before you go and make anything that is egg white based that needs that fluffy egg white, okay? So if you've got to the stage where you're adding sugar and it splits, then that's okay. Put your yolks into it. Pay attention to what you've got. So it might be 6 now full eggs because you had the whites and then the sugar and then the yolks you've added back in. And pay attention to how much sugar, and go find a recipe on Cookidoo that has eggs and sugar, right? So that's, if you need a hand with that, because it's happened, it's in the process of happening in your home and kitchen, just contact me. Lisa, help. This is where I'm up to. This is what I've done. What can I now use this for? If you've got a second bowl, it's really easy. You put your second bowl in, do a vinegar wash, and just keep going with the recipe, and then deal with the other one later that's flopped. Let me be honest though, flopping doesn't happen very often, and it won't happen when you vinegar wash. So that's why I'm here today. Let's do vinegar wash. So 1 litre of water. The butterfly is important. It needs to be oil-free, grease-free. It goes behind the high set of blades. And then you need some vinegar, white vinegar, cheap. It's not expensive, okay? I always have vinegar in my house, sometimes used for cleaning, other times for making predominantly mayonnaise, okay? You need about 75 grams. 80, 78, that's close enough, of vinegar in there. And then it's as simple as bringing it to a boil, okay? So we could use the kettle mode on a TM6. However, we don't want it to go faster than speed 4 ever, because we got the butterfly in there, right? We don't want that floating off. So we're just going to put 10 minutes on the timer. We're going to then, just because 10 minutes is a good amount of time, oh, mine's on 8. We'll go a bit further. 100 degrees. We don't need it on Varoma. There's absolutely no reason for Varoma. And then just on like speed 2, nice and slow. Okay? Now this is going to gradually heat up. You're going to go do other things in your kitchen. That's the beauty of Thermomix cooking. We're not stuck in a kitchen. It's going to call you back. Now while it is still hot, piping hot, boiling, safety message, don't touch the stainless steel. Just use your handle, okay? Also, the steam is hot. Make sure you open it away from yourself. But you need to then tip this out straight down the sink, the vinegared water. And now there's one of two things you can do. My preference is to air dry it. You kind of can't stuff up if you air dry it, right? The other option is a clean tea towel or paper towel. So if you're in a hurry, you can use that clean paper towel or hand towel to wipe it out. Obviously, I'm saying clean because if the hand towel's got something on it, then it might stuff up your egg white. All right. Now, before you start, though, if you haven't let it air dry, you need to get the last of the water out. And this is just one last little tip. Okay, when you get to that stage and it's a bowl that you've wiped out the best you can, you've been careful around the blade so you haven't got your fingers, and that bowl will still be residue heat hot. That's why you can kind of sit it there to dry. What I would suggest is you bring it back over, you put your butterfly in, and you turn it up to speed 4 for just 3 seconds. Because what is that going to do in that 3 seconds? It's going to spin at no higher than 4. You have your butterfly in, so we don't go over speed 4. It's going to spin any liquid that is little tiny bits that are stuck under the blades or in that butterfly to the sides, and you can get your paper towel or your tea towel to dry it off. Now, if it's been sat there air dried, maybe, you know, it's nighttime, you know you're going to do it tomorrow, so you've just put it upside down on the sink to dry, then you don't need to do that. It will be dry. Because it's a hot bowl that's going to dry, it's fine. It's really only those bowls that you are in a hurry to use that you need to spin that water out, okay? And remember, I'm going to say it one more time, speed 4, we have that butterfly in. You do not want to catastrophize your butterfly, okay? It's replaceable, but it's not convenient. And on that note of butterfly, if you couldn't find it this Christmas and you need to make a pavlova, you can whip with the blades. It just takes a very long time. So don't let that stop you. You know, if it comes to Christmas Eve and you're like, I'm making a pav for tomorrow afternoon, and for whatever reason you can't find them, you can still whip them just with the blades, okay? It just takes that longer time. Hey Di, lovely to see you on. I hope you are well. So you can see the temperature coming up. It is a litre of water. We will expect on no matter what model you've got, TM31, TM5 or TM6, to take 10 minutes maximum to get up to temperature. I did have someone question me through the week about this. She said, my Thermomix, I've got TM5. It doesn't seem to be getting to temperature on time. And so I said to her, put 1 litre of water, put 10 minutes on the clock, 100 degrees, speed 2, see what it does. If it comes up in temperature in time, then you're okay. If not, you might be looking at another bowl. Okay, we have pins under the bowl. They are the communicating tool with the bowl, and potentially that could be what's causing you issues, depending on how old your Thermomix is and, you know, what's happened to it in that time. Hello, Anne, lovely to see you on as well. So this is how simple it is to do a vinegar wash. It is well worth doing this before you go make your macarons, your pavlova, your little meringue kisses, your nests this year, okay? On that note of nests, if you are shopping in the mix shop at the moment with the sale, and you are going to make little meringues this year, buy yourself a couple of vacuum seals. The medium-sized ones are perfect for making your little nests, and I've said it before, putting them in there, sucking the air out, and leaving it a week, and then coming and serving it, and it's as fresh as it was the moment you put it in. So just, I love them. The vacuum seals are amazing. I'm a bit heartbroken that the big one has been recalled, okay? I was looking forward to making a big pav and having that ready. You do have to make sure, obviously, by the time you're putting it in there, that the pav is completely dehydrated, yeah? You don't want to put it in there raw still. But yeah, so just, and if you haven't seen the notice on the 2.7 litres, check your emails if you have one of those, because you should be getting a mix shop gift card to spend as a, what's the word? Oops, from the mix shop. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, you can see mine ticking up at 70 of 100. If you're on a TM31, yours are flashing until it gets to temperature and then it becomes a solid. So it should be getting up there. TM5, you have the little number above the big number as well. But I hope this helps you have amazing success this year with your meringues, pavlovas, macarons, the things that get airy and fluffy. If you flop it, reach out, okay? Do not throw eggs out. They are far too expensive to waste. I want to make sure you use them and easily. Like, we'll find a recipe that you can use them in this year. You know, another Christmas pudding or cake, if it's got to that stage of sugar, to use them so they do not go to waste this festive season. Okay, YouTube friends, it is up to temperature. Let's open it away from us. Let's keep that steam going away. All right, now it's nice and toasty hot. At this point in time, we can rinse it and just leave it, okay, to dry. We need to remove the butterfly. Now it's not in the water, so that's quite safe to move. Again, we need to rinse it and put it aside. It's worth, oh, something in the sink. It's worth rinsing immediately while it's still got that warmth. And putting aside to dry. You want it to kind of retain that warmth a little bit. So this is really toasty hot. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tip it down, making sure I don't make a big mess. Now to rinse it, just put the water around the edges. Okay, so what that does, keep that over there. Remember that the stainless is still quite hot. I don't think I actually said in my live that you should rinse it. I might put a comment in the recording. Now this bowl is super hot, and that's why leaving it aside to actually dry naturally is actually a really good idea, because it'll dry fairly quick. So I'm just putting that upside down there, and the only thing I haven't rinsed to dry is the lid. I'm working in a bit of a confined space back here. There's a lot of things back here. And then again, just putting that to dry aside, okay? My preference is definitely to let it air dry. It just means there's no risk of getting that grease, that fat, oil off a hand towel or a tea towel into the bowl. But obviously sometimes you're in a hurry, okay? Paper towel, if you're in a hurry, would be my number one. Number two is still that whole fresh new towel, okay? But I hope this has helped you get ideas on how to make sure you don't flop your eggs. As I said, here though, if you need a hand this year repurposing if something does go wrong. But can't wait to see your pavlovas, meringues and all those things this year. But take care. I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.